Oh, goodness gracious. I have had a long day, y'all, so I don't know how long I'm going to be on here. I thank you all in advance for your viewership and your support. If I'm dragging a little bit today, y'all, it's because I'm tired. I have had a heck of a week. But nobody has been busier than Cardi's wigs. Honey, we did tarot class on Monday, and I can't remember which one of y'all said it. I think it was Cashmere. Said that she looked like Al Pacino from Scarface. I was done. And then one of y'all said she looked like Spock. Either way, I can't unsee it. The eyebrows in the short wig definitely is spot on for Spock. And that midsection looks very, very full. Goodness, goodness. Hey, y'all, hey, y'all, hey. Oh, my gosh. Y'all, they talked all that stuff about Cardi having on that $7,000 tweed outfit. That outfit was ugly as hell to me. I don't care how much she paid for it. It just, she need to just admit that something is going on here and dress for what's going on here. Because trying to mash down stuff and hide stuff and girl, you look like you got on the couch pillow in front of you at this point. Just embrace it. Yeah, she looks to be 5, 6 months easy. I would say about 6 months. Looks like she's third trimester, in my opinion. You said the outfit was giving away the plot. What did I say? I said she had on the Yolanda Saldivar wig. Like they gonna look at that wig and say the wig is guilty, and since you wearing it, you guilty by association. Like girl, these wigs are definitely not it. Now the last one, it complimented her. That one looked better on her. But y'all, what is going on with lawyers this year? Asking her about her wigs and is that your real hair? Why is everybody so ratchet this year? Just why? Oh my God. I didn't get to watch too much of it, Sweetness 56, because like I said, I've had a heck of a busy week. So I've only seen like bits and pieces. What do you say, feed your kids? First of all, what children are you talking about? And second of all, nobody goes hungry in my house. You might need to go feed yours, baby. Yeah, so what are you getting at, sir? Yeah, she looked shook though. I will say that. It was several parts of her testimony where she looked nervous. Said the plaintiff got her lawyer from Timu. Listen, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if people are trying to become court TV stars to get reality TV shows. If they just treating this as like, hey, this is like commercial space. But it's just a fool. It really is. Say, hey, Angel and Chad, hope you're doing good. Thank you. Doing a lot better. Said, and the judge not correcting her. Hold on. Said the judge not correcting her and her verbiage was making me mad. Baby, everybody knows how she talks. It's just who. We said, Angel, can you read on why Rat Nation was asking academics about Nicki and Drake? Baby, I'm not reading on that. Y'all should know by now at this point, somebody's grasping at straws and they're trying to take one bird, well, hell, the bird too. They're trying to take one stone and hit as many birds as possible. And it's going to really, really look stupid when it's all said and done because now you put all these people on the record in your docket, and now all these people have a reason to come back for defamation of character. It looks goofy. That's why I ain't gotta read it. You don't need to. That don't need to tap in. Oh, thank you, Trini, baby. So did I hear about Tamar? I just saw on the internet where they're saying it was a ruse. I'm gonna tell y'all this. From what I saw, something happened, and everybody's trying to pretend like let's just move along safely. There's an understory to this story that don't nobody want to get out. Okay, I don't even know what you in the wrong chat. So I believe you on your cards. Um, it's ain't nobody gonna tell the truth about what happened in that story. They're just not, and it's for the best because the story is messy on all sides. Who you say Whoopi when you going back on the View, baby? I don't even look like Whoopi. Well, Whoopi got money, so okay. So that deposition was a mistake. Let me see. I don't think they expected academics to expose so much information. I don't think so either. And see, that's just the one we got to peek in on because if I'm not mistaken, there were several other people that had depositions, back to back to back. Said the lawyer asked her if she called Imani the N word and if she says the N word in her music, and I'm glad he did because she shouldn't be saying it. Well, here's the thing. At the end of the day, she can't deny that she says it. And she also can't deny that she is not African American, foundational Black American, whatever the term is that people want to use. She's not any of that. So this is going to teach her that she don't want to say that after this because now people are going to learn that they can get a bag out of her for saying it. Said I felt bad for Funky Dineva because he was blamed for it and she didn't even defend him. I don't know why y'all waited for her to defend him when you see how she flip-flopped with that whole, James Wright Chanel situation. She acted like she was under duress trying to say what was going on. Then she cried and then she didn't want to be bothered with it. It was just a mess. Yes, baby, we talking about Tamar. Hey, Domo, say what? Said I was cracking up when Al said that she's a liar today and tomorrow. Baby. Oh, honey, I wish I knew how to pronounce your name. Uh, I don't want to mess that up. Was it Lazejon? Oh, I feel like I messed that up. But hey, baby, how are you? Circumstances never matter. Says academics asked all the questions that made sense. Here's the thing. He wasn't even supposed to be the one controlling the conversation. They were. So how y'all let him control the conversation if he's the one getting deposed? The deposed is not supposed to be asking anything. They're just supposed to be answering questions. That's why it felt strange to me. I'm like, a high school debate team would have aligned the questions, in my opinion, better than they did. It's like, this is $1,500 an hour, girl. Said it was God how they exposed the lawyers talking trash about Act during the depo. See, I don't care about them talking trash about him. What I care about is that they set up and said they were going to tell Dez. Why would you tell Dez anything when your client is supposed to be Miss Pete? You shouldn't be releasing any information outside of your client without signing some kind of written consent. Why would you be telling Dez anything? That means Dez has been involved in all of this from Tory up until now. And they just tied that all together. See, they could have said whatever they wanted to say about Act, but when they tied her into it, they threw her under the bus too. Said she lied and said that she was Afro-Caribbean. Where the Caribbean part come from? And where's the Afro part from? Okay, so I give her she's Dominican, but Dominican does not constitute that you have to be Afro anything. Now, she'd be real messed up if that lawyer decided to be petty and do a blood quantum and go down her bloodline to see where the Afro part lays, and then you end up getting caught in another lie. I hope she knows that they can do that through census records and all these types of things. They can go through your bloodline from you to your parents, to your grandparents, to your great-grandparents, to your great-great-grandparents, and find who's black. Just because you got a black husband and you have black children does not constitute you as black. So, we're not talking about a think piece here. We're talking about a court of law. In a court of law, it comes down to what you can prove and what you cannot. If she can't prove that she has any African blood, any significant African blood, she's still going to, get herself in the trick bag. You said, yeah, she's Afro-Caribbean. That's still, the right lawyer tear that apart. Said she lied and said she was Afro-Caribbean. Like I said, the right lawyer would tear that apart. Maybe I should have been a lawyer, y'all, because I definitely would have said, oh, okay, you're Afro-Caribbean. Well, what side of your family is actually the Afro part? Is it the Afro-Caribbean, or how does that go? I would have questioned her about that. And then after she put it on the record, I would have went back, checked her lineage, and came back. And mind you, it wouldn't have took any longer than 30, 40 minutes. I'd have sent it right over to the paralegals, had them to look it up. We come back after lunch. Well, it seems to be that I have your such and such and so and so and so and so, and I can't find the Afro part of your bloodline. See, she better be glad that the lawyer didn't go that far deep into it. We say she ain't no Afro-Caribbean. She had Afro life. Oh man. What type of trolling is this, baby? We don't care if you LGBTQ over here, just as long as you cool people. You said, was she drugged? Interesting question. Thank you, the Murphys. It's getting a lot better. Said, and the lawyer exposed her chat. It was a mess. Oop. Well, her chat is always a mess, so that sounds about right. Hey, Katrina Johnson. Hey, Taya. Okay, watching me from Uganda. I love that. Make sure you keep coming back. He said because they wanted the tea. Baby, listen, if this wasn't the love and hip hop version of court, you said Uzbekistan. Oh, interesting. Okay. So how are they speaking on Nicki and Drake and nothing about Millie? That's why I said I'm not tapping into it. It's somebody who is grasping at straws that is trying to hit every bird they can with one little pebble, and they're running out of steam. If you have a strong case in one direction, why would you dilute your case with things like this? This is ridiculous. I'm going after this person. How did I end up all the way over here with all of these people? And you can't even tie these people together, but you're trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. So she kept asking him the same question, then gonna argue his opinion. Michael Buckler, baby, I don't know what type of help you need. You said, child, what about when they shared the wrong screen? You talking about which time? They shared the wrong screen twice. That's what's so funny. You could tell the lady had an attitude with the black girl, but then she turned around and shared her screen too. So it's like at this point, are y'all trying to sabotage the case? The case, excuse me. Is this what this is? Are you trying to say, okay, well, we don't really want to be here, so we're just going to give her, the fuck it defense? Because how do y'all both share the screen by mistake and let us see the chats? Trini, that's a damn good question. Is Des Henny's new guardian? No, 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 no. That's an ingenious question. You laughing, but that's an ingenious question because seriously, it's been rumored for years that she has one and that T. Ferris was supposed to have taken over for her mother. Could Des have taken over for T. Ferris? And is that why Des is so invested in everything that's going on? Trini, you just gave me my first topic for today. Hey, Miss Queen Star, said Angel, I found a beautiful story you may love. Oh, okay, it said on Utica and Roseville called Julia's Treasures. I'm going to look it up. There we go with that question again. So is Des or POA? Well, POA doesn't have anything to do with guardianship. You could be a POA and not a guardian. But if you are the guardian, you automatically have POA and guardianship. And if you have guardianship, that means it went through the court. It had to go through a magistrate. It had to make it through, a court case. It has a number. It has a judge assigned to it. It went through all types of processes. You could sign off on a regular piece of paper and get it notarized and be somebody's POA. But guardianship, you got to go to court. Now everybody want to text me, y'all. Pardon me 1 second. Okay. Had to make sure that wasn't family emergency. Hey, Austin. Hey, Candy, honey. You are right, KB. Ethnicity and nationality do still confuse people because you can be Caribbean and not be Afro. There is a lot of people that are in the Caribbean that could be, Hispanic. They can be white. They can be Asian. They can be Eastern Indian. They don't have to be Afro anything. So you are completely right. Ethnicity and nationality are two different things. Said, is Tamar really creeping with Mendices? We'll make that my second question. Said, or could that be a misdirection? We'll make that my second question. You said that's what the lawyers need to do. Said, I've been having a stressful last few days, so this is what I needed. Oh, pumpkin. Listen, Team Big Forehead unite, because it's definitely been a week for me. You said I called perjury? Facts. Nathan, I ain't even reading that out loud. Oh, man. Said most Dominicans don't even claim being Afro. It depends because the Dominican Republic can be very, very separatist when you get to my complexion and darker. The Dominican Republic is still openly and actively deporting people because they're too black. They're literally taking these people to the Haiti side. I want to say it's the Sevier River because it's a shallow river that separates the two. And they're taking them over there and deporting them to Haiti for being too dark. So all of these is interesting points. And you're right, Afro-Caribbean isn't a race. But Afro, if you're saying African, roots, Caribbean, Caribbean could just be your nationality. But here's the thing: we're not asking about what her race is. They want to know point blank, period, not just how you identify, but honestly, what is your ethnic makeup? Because she can identify a certain way, and y'all know how that identifying game goes. She can identify a certain way, but because they're in court, it doesn't matter how she feels about how she identifies. It comes down to what are you, because this is a civil case. If you get caught lying on any little small thing, I don't care what it is, that's perjury. Why would you perjure yourself on something so simple? Said I said the same thing, especially when she said she didn't say the N. She she said she didn't say the N word. I would have pulled up her IG account. Honey, you could pull up anything she ever been on. You could pull up any rant she's had about her husband. I don't know why she would tell that lie. That's an easy lie to prove. Say she's Afro Latina. I'm 100% Irish. Ah! Oh, so that girl is not Afro nothing. She said her mom was Trinidadian and she's a Dominican. But once again, Trinidadian or Dominican can have Afro blood. They can have African blood, but it doesn't mean that they are actually Afro anything until you find out what the ethnic background is. Saying that you're Trinidadian is just saying that's your nationality. Saying you're Dominican is just saying that's your nationality. That's like, saying I'm from Detroit, so I gotta be black. That's not necessarily true. That just means I'm from here. That doesn't have anything to do with my ethnic makeup. You said she's a white Dominican? Well, that depends on also what's on her birth certificate. Because, she's born here in America, or is she born in the Dominican Republic? Because in certain islands, you can identify as Caucasian and look like me if you have a Caucasian grandparent. Now, mind you, I could turn around and be a grandparent looking like this, and then my children and grandchildren could say the same thing due to the laws. Because Jocelyn Hernandez, when she went to jail, it said that she was a Caucasian woman due to what her birth certificate says in Puerto Rico. Say Afro-Caribbean, what the hell is that? Said, okay, so you're Grenadian, born and raised, and if anything, we call ourselves West Indies. All I can tell you, Keisha doll, honey, that was one of the worst things she should have said. Because once they see that you lied about it, they gonna up the check. You gonna give her more and more and more money. Why lie? So if I ever get in a jam, I'm calling you for legal advice, Miss Angel. Oh Lord. Hey, okay, I got both my Millies in here. Hey, Millie the Mystic and Millie not the Mystic. My mom is doing a lot better. Thank you. Yeah, I've had a week. My mom got out the hospital on Tuesday. My dad was admitted on Tuesday. So, whew, I haven't had much sleep. That's why I said if I'm a little, kind of down, a little tired, that's why. You said you haven't watched this case though. I haven't had time to watch this case. I've been ripping and running. I've only seen like little sound bites here and there. Most of the sound bites I seen, she looked shaky in her testimony. Said this case is already done and over with. That rental lawyer that the plaintiff had is disappointing. I wouldn't say that, because here's the thing. Cardi is the most unreliable person that I've seen out of the sound bites thus far, because it's small things that they're asking Cardi that Cardi is not telling the truth about. And she's used to saying these things in social media, but she doesn't understand this is a court of law. Even the smallest lie is still a lie in court, and you can get in trouble for it. But I feel like the whole case feels circusy. Said that lady spent an hour arguing with academics because he won't say that she's innocent. If you pay attention to all the depositions, that's exactly what they did to everybody they talked to. If you're doing a deposition, if I'm coming in to be deposed, you're supposed to be questioning me on evidentiary reasons that could be entered into court. The judge don't give a damn about how either one of us feel about it. All they care about is what actually happened, and did you break any proper procedures and protocol? Did you break the law? Did you actually defame this person? Can it be proven that it is actual defamation of character? You trying to redirect somebody on how they speak on the case shows that that's all this is really about. You're bullying people, allegedly, so that you can change the narrative and make other YouTubers feel like, oh, well, I don't want to talk about this case. If I talk about this case, they're going to take me to court. That's abuse of a judicial system right there, as far as I'm concerned. So that's what I keep thinking. It's like they just keep sabotaging it, get over with it. So that happens on Zoom. It happened to me. Wow. So them lawyers even know that this case is some bull. I would think they do. Hey, Bryce, how are you, honey? Said the daughter, she always wanted, and oop, Lord, Austin, I'm not reading that. Okay, so y'all, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead because I'll be reading these all day. Oh, I'm way behind. So I don't get how they understand people have their own opinions. This is America. Well, here's the thing: is the opinion defamation? That's all that matters. If it's not defamatory, you can't make somebody change their personal opinion. You have a right to your opinion as long as when you state it, you are stating that it is an opinion, it is not fact, it is alleged, this is how I feel. You cannot drag somebody legally for how they feel about an opinion when they're saying, this is my opinion. You can't sue for opinions. So that's what gets me about this. People are allowed to have opinions on cases and verdicts, and they did with George Zimmerman, OJ, Casey Anthony, etc. They act like we can't have an opinion. We can have an opinion, but it doesn't help the person that they're protecting. This feels like bullying to me, babe. Thank you, Bryce. Many blessings to you, and let this be magnified in your household tenfold. Said Peace Queen, angel prayers up to academics. Depo was wild. And interesting how Drake is going hard for Tory, and then UMG and everything else is so much. I keep telling y'all this is a huge spider web. This is way bigger than what y'all think it is. This is way bigger than what y'all think it is. It's so many different arms and so many different facets that are all tying into the same root problem. Now, I ain't gonna say who the root problem could possibly be, but I will say that root problem will be in court all of this year, next year, possibly part of 2027, and folks will be going to prison. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap into y'all comments about if Des could possibly be Meg's guardian, allegedly. We're also going to tap into that. First of all, hold on, before we go any further. Y'all know I don't do this too often. Did somebody go on that family vacation I told y'all about? Did people just make an announcement that they moved overseas and tried to use the wildfires as an excuse like that wasn't a few months ago? Like, if y'all don't shut the hell up, you just took a loan out of the house. The wildfires have been over. They don't even know what lie to tell. Just go ahead on and go. We know y'all trying to get ahead of getting in trouble, allegedly, in my opinion. We just say pat yourself, Angel. Y'all, I saw that and I bust out laughing. I said, look at the family vacation. Oh my God. So let's see. Cut a deal, Des. Cut a deal, Des. Did you cut a deal to become someone's guardian? Let's find out. Because damn it, that's a hell of a good question. It would explain why she's been so intertwined in everything that's going on. Hey, Miss Zoe, baby, how are you? Yeah, Keisha, we all said it. Right, the real On the Run tour. It's an On the Run tour coming to life. Think about the first song that they put out together, though. That video, me and my girlfriend, and what were they doing? They were escaping from the police into Mexico. They literally were evading law enforcement in their very first video together. And now just look at them. Look at them now that they've grown up. Allegedly, they're doing it in real life. Life imitating art. All right, come on, Des. Come on, Des. Bring your long head ass on. Are you allegedly Henny's power of attorney? Are you allegedly Henny's power of attorney? Okay, so Knight of Oars, which is like the Knight of Wands. It feels like the energy between them was supposed to be an in and out energy. She felt like she was supposed to be able to pretty much get her set up, get her started, get her going, and it wouldn't last this long, or she wouldn't have to, be so hands-on for so long, allegedly. We just say drinking Henny through the straw. Y'all are funny. Hold on. Okay, King of Swords. King of Swords. Now, King of Swords can be a CEO, some type of executive, or some type of legal order. Okay. So now we're talking about her position, because let's remember, she does, even though she's a woman, she has a very strong masculine energy in the way that she conducts business and the way that she handles things. So she would be the CEO, the exec. So balance through a new beginning, temperance. So to get a handle on things and to turn things around, allegedly, somebody took care of some paperwork legally. Allegedly, in my opinion. Okay, so Queen of Oars, which is the Queen of Wands, and the Nine of Wands together. So if we got a timeline by these cards, which would be Queen of Wands, Nine of Wands, she may have decided to take a very active role after she got injured, okay, after the incident, to help keep things secret. I had to make sure she wasn't mooning nobody. Y'all know YouTube gets sensitive. To keep things secret. But, I mean, even that's funny, y'all. The spirit realm say she's showing her ass, allegedly. So, allegedly, if she would have taken things over, it would have been around that time where the incident happened so that she can get control of things. And it was supposed to be for a short period of time, not a long time. Would you say mooning you? Look, I'm not joking. Oh, Ace of Wands. And this was to push things forward as swift as possible due to an incident that happened in the past. Six of Cups. So allegedly, she took over during this time. She looked through her past. She saw things that were going on. She didn't need, a current incident being, used to keep her from being able to move forward in her career, because there was already an incident in the past that would have shown character. And that incident in the past would have established a history of things. So just wow. So she really is moony. Say not the little ass crack peaking. Y'all, I didn't even know that was in here. I didn't even know that was in here because that's a new deck. But it's still funny. A moon under the moon. A little moon too. So this was to help everything go through swiftly and as fast as possible so that they can hurry up and walk away from a situation. Oh, wow. For the star, a air sign. Star represents Aquarius. So this situation, damn it, look at Titanic. Somebody on a spaceship trying to get the hell on, y'all. Look at these people escaping. I didn't even look at the moon. Even the moon looking at her like, that's a damn shame. Family vacation. Oh. So, like I said, this wasn't supposed to last that long. They were supposed to be pushing through this situation as fast as possible, laying it to rest. She was supposed to be Olivia Pope in this situation. Allegedly. Let's beat me up, Scotty. I'm done. Ooh. Oh, set on the boa too. Oh, God. They took the boat and turned it into a spaceship. Like, we out of here. Yeah, but it was an unrequited offer. They couldn't just push through this situation. The Emperor. So now more people get pulled into this because this was not just going to be a stop and go situation. I think this is alluding to something that I already read a long time ago, where everything was supposed to be swept under the rug until somebody said something, allegedly. But let's see. This could be different energy. Why is this an unrequited offer? Why couldn't they just push through? King of Coins. Okay, somebody had to drop down and get their eagle on with the bag, allegedly. It's secret. Look at the little cakes. There they go again. Why they do this to me, y'all? Why did they do this to me? I had no idea that this was in here. I needed this laugh today, y'all, because I've had a hell of a day. So allegedly, somebody had to drop down and get their eagle on with the bag. And they weren't going to just be able to push through with this situation. This wasn't going to be just a stop and go situation like they assumed it was going to be. Somebody may have allegedly, possibly, had to grease a palm or two to get things to go forward the way they needed to. That girl is the harlot of the deck. She... Wait a minute, y'all. She got a wolf down here, a cyber puppy. I don't know what all she got going on. But why did they do that to me? He said it's just all over the place like any. Oh, says seemed like Lee Kamel is also involved with the Dolph situation. Ooh, allegedly. Hello, Michael Drexler. Ooh, goodness. Said I bet she did have to rub some elbows. He was at the 304 and the deck is going hard. Look, I didn't even pull these, y'all. Wait a minute. I didn't even pull these. Y'all know what happens when this deck come out. Oh my God. The Cordavian, this deck is rude. I'm doing well, Michael Drexler. Oh, David Melvin says I look like Steve Harvey. So I'm bald with a mustache? Okay, what filter are you looking at? Oh, Michael, you don't have to apologize for that. You're good. Yeah, that deck be talking cash shit. Lord have mercy. So King of Coins, drop down and tell me what's going on. Six of Chalices. They could this okay. So they couldn't just push past in this situation because it was an extenuated Lord, what's the word? I'm so tired. It was it was another circumstance in the past. Okay, there was already some prior incident. There was a incident that gave history to this situation. So allegedly, it feels like if there was not a prior situation of possible DV, of possible assault. Thank you, extenuating, baby. I'm tired. Thank you, thank you, thank. Look at my intelligent women in here. Thank you, ladies. Extenuating circumstances. So, had there not been a situation in the past where someone already had a possible violent incident, allegedly, they would have been able to push past. But because there was something in the past, they had to find a way to push through creatively. And it may have had something to do with money, allegedly. Thank you, all right. Because I'm tired. Listen, something went to sleep right quick. Yes, Philly Butterfly. I believe that's what that may have been. And it's like they couldn't push past this because this person had a history of certain behavior. So they had to take alternative methods. Oh, love you back, babe. Yes, Seven of Wands, Five of Swords. They didn't want the defense to be able to get this in the argument. Look at that, the Star, the Aquarius. They did not want the Aquarius, the Star, to have that, mention because the defense would be able to use that. It would have been a strong argument. Said Kareem disappeared. Yeah, absolutely. So that's what I was thinking too. That old Kareem incident. Said that's why that pow pow she couldn't she couldn't have due to her already being in guardianship and she's not supposed to have a pow pow. Well, here's the thing. You also cannot have one after you are accused of DV. If you are on the record for being arrested for DV, they restrict you from being able to purchase any new firearms. So either situation could have restricted that. Andrea said a history of being a violent alcoholic, allegedly. So yes, it's like they had to drag this out in a certain type of way and get some type of assistance to keep this from being mentioned. This could not be mentioned because this would definitely be a stronghold for the defense if this was brought up. that there was a propensity for this behavior. There was a history of this behavior. Yeah, so they had to go in a new direction because this was going to affect the whole company. We're going to, say the Ten of Cups, the family, the whole company. So, why was this going to affect the whole company? Because she could have just been dropped by the roster. Oh, well, no, it was a lot of money on the line. Let's remember, we're talking about this happening right around the time they were preparing for the rollout for WAP. Got it. They couldn't just drop her. Too much money was on the line. Too much publicity was on the line. WAP had a ridiculous budget, and Atlantic was going all in. So they could not afford for any of this to, pretty much come together and mess up the church's money. Oh, thank you, Kamika. Excuse me. Thank you, Kamika. You said you and Sloan were right. More is coming out down the line too. Oh, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Y'all gonna get tired of hearing stuff. I'm telling you, you're gonna be exhausted. Like, don't tell me nothing else. Said, well, the devil is a liar, baby. So let's see. 7 of coins. Oh, yeah, 7 of coins is like a card of investment. Look at this. They invested too much into the Queen of Swords, the air sign. They had to think of everything they invested in her and everything they were supposed to get out of that whole situation with WAP. So Ace of Wands, they had to be very aggressive to get justice with this court situation with what? The judgment in court. Said like Atlantic did with Afro-Cuban. Y'all so petty and I love it. So I don't know how she ever got that deal in the first place. Because she went over there and sat with the shiny people and signed something absolutely ridiculous. Because she's got, in my opinion, she's got one of the worst deals ever in the history of life, not just hip hop. So when I look at Meg and the new boyfriend, I think Des put them together because we know how she doesn't like black men. Well, he's black, he's just palm skin. He's beige. He's a Mr. Mariah Carey. Said, oh, that's very interesting. But that is an interesting deduction there. Said, I can definitely see that. Frosty said, remember he signed for 10K with Carl. Yeah. Said ridiculous is too sophisticated of a word for that madness sign angel. Said signed away her life, in my opinion. Yeah. So what type of deal she got? Well, Frosty, I'm a mixed breed. I'm just on the darker side. Her deal with Roc Nation is not a record label deal. It's a management deal. But they got her a deal for distribution through Warner Music Group. Now, the part that I find utterly ridiculous is that she signed a power of attorney for her trademark, her total overall trademark, which controls her name, her likeness, and all things that have to do with the stallion. So if they ever decide, excuse me, if they ever decide that they no longer want to deal with her, they own the stallion. They own her likeness. They own, her image. Everything that has to do with how she makes money. And y'all got to understand, we're updating information with likeness as technology is updated. Your face is also a part of your likeness. So you don't even know if the trademark is also on your face as well. You said she in an infinity deal. Said nothing wrong with it. I think she wanted him not to be black like Tory. Well, I tell you what, they have an awkward exchange. Every time I see them, it's kind of cringy. And I mean, I think he's a really nice guy. It just doesn't feel like they mesh well. Like, it just, maybe that's me. It's like there's no chemistry. When he kept saying, I'm sitting here with my queen, I'm sitting here with my queen, I'm sitting here with my queen, Megan. I said, baby, it doesn't even sound like you ever said that before. Like, who told you that you had to speak this way? Like, this doesn't work for you. Yeah, it does feel forced. I thought it was just me. It just, you said better off with Party. Well, Party getting shares from 50 Cent co-signing his pen, so he over there doing good. So it's an awkward combination. It just made me think, like, what type of meals did you eat growing up that you didn't know that spaghetti looked dangerous? Because I've been to spaghetti night at white people's house, and their spaghetti does not look like that. Mm-mm. Italian people, their spaghetti don't look like that. I don't know what that is. That really is scary. You said that spaghetti is hexed. It's ugly, whatever it is. That's no. The rolls wasn't heated up. You just gave that po baby just any damn thing. Lord. You ain't even tried. That is not no man trap meal. That is how you make a man leave and not come back to see you. You said she barely make nachos right. Well, I know she ain't make that damn spaghetti right. That spaghetti scared me. I almost dropped down on my knees and prayed for his help from his ancestors. Like, Lord have mercy. Pump his stomach in the spirit realm, Lord. Would you say then he get food poisoning? You said Beyonce has a song of Cowboy Carter called Spaghetti. I wonder if she gave her the recipe. I do. I doubt it, because Beyonce got that video where she talked about she almost burnt down the whole house making French fries. So I don't even think she gonna go further to make spaghetti. Have any of y'all seen that Beyonce video where she talking about she burnt up the kitchen making fries? Because I'm not making this up. Would you say it look like Hormel chili and noodles? I thought it looked like Sloppy Joe and Sadness. And the noodles was overcooked. It was, oh, God. Like, you say you make this for him every week? Well, I mean, if she can cook, she can't cook that. You said it sounded like torture. It looked like torture. It looked like he was going to take 3 bites and be right straight to the toilet with a colon cleanse. It looked terrible. Woo! I said, Lord have mercy. I said, the fact that you didn't even heat up them damn rolls. The rolls oh, God. That looked like what spaghetti I picture in my mind. Like, if you were in jail and you had limited resources and you broke up a bunch of Slim Jims and some ketchup packets and took some oodles and noodles and just hoped for the best with like a lighter or some candles or something. Like, that looks like prison spaghetti to me. But not the stuff they make for where you go to eat in the regular, like, cafeteria. It looked like what you would make in your cell after hours trying not to get caught. You should say she probably adding her own sauce to it. It's widely assumed. That was worse than a struggle meal. That is just, oh my God. Said coming from a former inmate, you said that. I knew I wasn't too far off. I knew I wasn't. She made Slim Jim Getty. I knew I wasn't too far off. Oh my God. So King of Oars. Y'all, they don't stop reconfirming the family vacation, okay? So we know the King of Wands represents a fire sign that may be over at Pebble Nation, allegedly, who decided to take their Titanic ship and turn it into a spaceship and leave. Oh, okay. So we're going to go off into why they left later. But it's popping up now. So somebody put a pin in that. 7 of Chalices. Yeah, they were considering their options. Unrequited offer. Why was this an unrequited offer? Damn, I just sat here and made a prison spaghetti recipe and didn't even know I was that spot on. That's terrible. Oh my God. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so unrequited offer, Wheel of Fortune, 4 of Oars. So 4 of Oars is 4 of Wands. So we're talking about a lot of money that was going to help them with their stability for the company. So it looks like this was going to break the company's back if they didn't fix this, allegedly. So they may have already, remember what Demore's video, said, they were going through financial hardships during quarantine. WAP came out during quarantine. They needed this to help balance the financial stability of the company. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. They could not have this fall apart because the company allegedly needed a lot of money. So it sounds like they took a large loan. Well, we're talking about back in 2021. So if they did, I don't know why they needed money like this, but they needed a large amount of money. And they felt like this was supposed to bring in an onslaught that was going to help the company get stability. Yes, possibly using her to save the company. So see what the spaghetti has to say. We tapped into the spaghetti last week. So that's why she was being shoved in our faces. It feels like it, possibly. So King of Coins. King of Coins, 2 of Swords. Yeah. So it looks like there was a back and forth going on between the owners of the company. One was like, no, we got to do it all we got to do to save this situation. The other one was like, nope, cut all ties. This is ridiculous. So somebody who was over the money possibly in the company, allegedly, felt like this was not worth it and they needed to cut ties. Somebody else wanted to hold on to the situation and fix this situation because it was going to bring a large amount of money to the company. So didn't that rat need some money because they were down 40 million allegedly? That's what was said in the video. Yes, we tapped into the bottle too. You're correct. Oh, Journey. I see. I read the Journey. We tapped into the spaghetti last week. Yeah, we definitely tapped into that scary ass spaghetti. The Star and the Chariot. Yeah, y'all, when they found out about this past situation, someone else at the company who was high up on the food chain said, cut your losses, let her go. Only reason why they didn't is because they needed financial stability. Knight of Swords. That was the message that came back. Hey, Cat Eyes. Thank you, sweetie. Oh my gosh. You said pray for your mom. She fell down some stairs. Absolutely. Matter of fact, we can come back to her because her shenanigans is still going to go downhill. Let me get my table clear. We're going to pray right now. Heavenly Father, angels and ancestors of the highest heavenly order, please put your hands on Cat Eye's mother and keep her safe. Heal her internally, externally, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually in every possible way that you can. Heavenly Father, let her healing be a swift recovery and let her get all the help she needs. Heavenly Father, infuse these doctors with angelic knowledge so that they can give her the best care that she can have, Heavenly Father. And let her come out of this, Heavenly Father, better than when she went in. Let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Amen. All righty. We're going to keep your mom in our prayers. Yeah. Whoever this is, when they found out about the past situation, they wanted to move forward. They didn't want any parts in this because they're like, oh, okay, well, now she's got a history. She's got a history of this. So it looks like there was a war behind the scenes, and allegedly, Des pushed through and got her way. The Empress, the Ace of Swords, and the Six of Swords. So the Empress is someone who creates a situation, brings it into fruition. And this falls under the Five of Swords, which means arguing at a point until you finally get what you want. And it's like until the truth came out, Ace of Swords. Okay, so they're tying it into the energy that is going on now. Y'all, would you tell my spirit guides to just stop playing with the family vacation energy, okay? Six of Swords, leaving behind a toxic, chaotic situation. Y'all look out at the second flying boat. They are flying across the water, going abroad. The second card of them leaving to avoid a toxic, chaotic situation. But this falls under the Ace of Swords. They're trying to get out of here because they know the truth is going to come out, allegedly. All right, you know what's crazy? Russell actually brought his happy ass back here to the United States to for that case with Drew Dixon. I was shocked. I was like, you actually came? They could lock you up in court. I thought you was from the block, sir. People from the block not gonna come back and help you arrest them. You gotta find me over there. It's out of your jurisdiction? Okay, well. Hold on, y'all gotta organize my cards so I can see them. I jumbled some stuff up over here. There we go. Doggone it. Somebody don't want me to talk about this family vacation no more because those are the cards that keep sliding across the table. There we go. Now I can see. Okay, so strength at the bottom of the deck represents a Leo or Leo season. You got pretty much avoiding the truth, leaving to get away from a toxic, chaotic situation because they know the truth is going to come out about a Leo strength. So, so for all of y'all that are thinking that Tori is not coming home, it feels like people decided that they wanted to remove themselves from a certain place on earth to go to another place on earth because somehow, some way, they may have had a little birdie tell them that, yeah, this is turning around in his favor. I wasn't even in that part of the show yet. Hi, Diane. Let's see what's going on here. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Cassandra. And for everybody that is in my emails, my apologies. I usually am a lot more swifter, but I had 2 big family emergencies this week. So I'm going to be answering y'all when I get off a line tonight and make sure I'm caught up with everybody before I go to sleep. My mom got out of the hospital on Tuesday. My dad went in on Tuesday. So I'm not blowing anybody off. I've just been in and out of stuff with hospitals and stuff for over a week. So I will be in touch with y'all tonight. So check your emails between tonight and tomorrow morning. Two of Wands. Yes, a choice has to be made to go in a new direction. Page of Wands is on top of this. 4 of Wands for stability. Y'all, and it's so crazy. This deck is all about travel. I didn't even think of that when I picked it up. Oh, thank you, Destined for Greatness. Thank you, Kelsey. Thank you, all right. Well, my father is doing better. He in the hospital playing the dozens. So in my family, if you can play the dozens, you're pretty much in good spirits. So when he started playing the dozens, I said, okay, he coming back to himself. Okay, you got the Devil, Strength, Ace of Coins. So somebody is really obsessing on how they're going to move forward in this situation. If I'm not mistaken, didn't I tell y'all that they was going to go on a family vacation and leave Des to handle all of this by herself? Because it's been a minute. Y'all let me know. Hey, Joelle. I believe that's exactly what I said. Somebody let me know. Okay, thank you, Big Peach. Thank you, Bostress. It's been a minute. Like, it's been a lot of information. So I just want to make sure, yeah. And look like that's what's happening, y'all. And it looks like she just realized that that's what happened. So when they put out that announcement, remember they were overseas. Like, what was that, 2 weeks ago? Looked like he may have cut his wicks and they were drinking wine outside a hotel. It looks like they already were over there. Thank you, Vintage Paris, Diana. I just don't want anybody to think I forgot about them because I'm only like a day behind in answering my emails. I'm usually really, really, quick with that. It's just been a lot. Okay, thank you, optimistic Sag. Oh shoot, we got another one from the UK. Hey baby, how are you? Say Yorkum. Okay, welcome to the family. Said I feel like something catastrophic gonna happen, like someone gonna get hurt or arrested. Trini, put a pin in that and keep that because we're gonna go off into the family vacation reading. now that it has actually happened. So, she's on possible demon time, obsessed with how to push through, um, because it's like, okay, so the Seven of Coins is not just the company, what they have invested. It's like she has invested so much in this situation herself, and now she's stuck. Okay. Okay, so somebody in crisis mode. And boom, the Tower. I haven't done this in a while, but if you can guess the card that's on the table on top of the Tower, you can win a 1 hour free reading. Let me see what y'all got down here in the chat. The Tower. What's the card on the table that the Tower is going to be laying up under? If you get it right, you win an hour reading. Okay, I see the Hangman. It's not the Hangman. Good card, though. Not the Moon. Good card. Nine of Swords. Nope, not that. Not the Devil. Not the King of Swords. Trina, you got it, my baby. Trina, email me at angelkissestheoracle@gmail.com. Trina1111 got the right answer. The Tower in this situation is justice. Now, what did I just say to you? People allegedly are leaving because they know it's a turn or a change in the tide. Okay? Justice is going to be done, and that's going to be the Tower. And it's happening faster than they thought. Ace of Wands, which in this deck is the Ace of Oars. Trina, I don't think you've had a reading with me. You're going to have fun. Because outside of here, baby, I'm a hoot. You're welcome. Thank you for getting the right answer. So, once again, that's confirmation that Tori is coming home. And this is going to be their Tower. Now, my card that represents their company is the Tower. That's why I call it Pebble Nation. I think it must suck to be them right now, too. I think it sucks even worse to be Des. Because she's caught between her daughter and all hell breaking loose at the company. And these two went over to the UK to play Duck, Duck, Goose. They gone. Said, yeah, I hope she has an amazing time. I know she will. Oh, thank you, Frosty. Said I did have 2 readings. Okay. Over a year ago. Oh, see, it's been a minute. Time for you to come back. Say they got the hell out of Dodge, baby. They got out and took Dodge with them. They ain't even want Dodge to snitch. Like, come on, Dodge, you come with us. We gonna say you was in the wildfires too about 7 months ago. We know it wasn't that long ago, but it wasn't that recent either. You said when one comes out, the other's going in. I'm just waiting for it to happen. Oh, it's still coming because I've been telling y'all about the family vacation and now they're on it. The Emperor falling under the King of Wands, which is the King of Oars in this deck. That's a whole nother confirmation that he went on the family vacation because it's under the 8 of Cups. So this is, I guess this, okay, so this is, past energy until now. So this half of my table is past, this half of my table is now. And it's like the energy that she went through from the beginning until the, right now. Space pretty, but annoying low key. Okay, well, baby, you ain't got to be here, and I need you to structure your sentences better if you're going to insult me, because what is space pretty? Like, are you saying I'm out of this world? Because I'll take that. Let me see, where does this other card go? So I'm pretty sure they can be expedited, yeah, from the UK. Well, see, this is what I looked at as far as the UK is concerned. The UK is a hub where you can go to a whole ton of other countries in a matter of an hour to 2 hours. You're in another country. You can go from the UK to countless other places. And because you're outside of the United States of America, nobody will know that you left the UK to go into another country. Like UK, you can go to Istanbul, you can go, like, I mean, just endless. It's so many places. Literally, you can hop on the train, you can get on a little plane and be over there wherever you want to go, anywhere from an hour or more, and you're out the country. Said, I know Interpol don't play games over there. Come on, Trini, you better tell them, because I've been telling y'all that this had the propensity to go global. Who remembers I said this had the propensity to go global 2 years ago? Didn't I tell y'all him messing around with the gaming board was going to put his information all the way up until Interpol? One of the worst things he could have done when he applied for that gaming license, everything in law enforcement from the lowest level all the way up to Interpol has the right to pull all information on him and all of their family. I want to say up until like third to fourth cousins. And I want to say that was how it was when I got hired in a casino in 1999, a million years ago. So just imagine how it's updated now. Because back then you had to lay your hands palm flat and they had to scan your whole entire hand. There was no ink to paper and fingerprint. You had to scan your hand. So just imagine, that was 99, before Homeland Security ever existed, and all of my information had to go to Interpol. Said, oh yeah, because the casino he was trying to buy, well, he was trying to get a license. Any license you get in the casino, especially when you go all the way up into securities, the higher up your clearance is, the more extensive the investigation is. And then they can investigate you, continuously until you no longer are associated with anything that has to do with gaming. So this is a true story, y'all. Two things that happened while I was working in the casino. A girl ended up under investigation for prostitution because she hugged a customer. Not being seen doing illicit or anything like that. Literally hugged the customer. The pit boss felt like she was too friendly because she hugged the customer. Y'all, that hug turned into a 6-month investigation. A hug. Another coworker had moving violations. They sent 8 state police officers to walk her off the premises for moving violations, driving tickets. And she had to pay those tickets to even come back on the premises. And these two were cocktail waitresses. So imagine what they're going to do when you're on the security side and you work with the money. Like the big money. Because they got to make sure in a casino that you're not laundering or, anything of that nature. Page of coins. New business ventures. So anything that they're doing to expand right now to make more money is not working out the way that they want it to. So right now they're expanding overseas. They're doing a lot in Asia and, several places. And it's supposed to it's projected, we'll put it that way. Allegedly, it's projected that it's going to make them a lot of money, but it's not happening yet. Like, y'all, I still feel like they need money. Like, they're bleeding money like crazy right now, and they can't find the right recipe, allegedly, to get out of debt. Said, I thank God my daughter was able to get her job with the casino because Lord knows her mama got a pass. Said the TV show The Ozarks made it look easy. Yeah, until them people pull up in all those all black SUVs and they jump out in tactical gear. And then here go the tanks and all the other stuff they got behind them. Yeah, High Priestess. Y'all, this look like Henny and Cut a Deal Dez found out at the last second, okay? The High Priestess, that there was a cutoff here and there was a family vacation. It seemed like the announcement, by the time we heard it, it may have just been announced to them shortly prior to this, or they found out with us. I'm going to say they found out probably just before we did. No, baby, I'm not doing yes or no questions. The Hierophant. Six of Cups, the Chariot. Yeah, situation in the past. They had to push forward. Also, situation in the past that happened in the car with the star, the Aquarius. They know that this is about to pop up in court. So once again, that feels like that's that Tory situation, and they don't want any parts of this. Didn't I tell y'all everybody was gonna have so many things on their plate that they were gonna just say, you know what? We're gonna leave this to you. You're a big girl. You can handle it. We all got too much to do. You go ahead and do you. I told y'all they were all going to have too much on their plate and she was going to have to handle her own business. So that's where we are now. Okay. That's where we are now in the energy. Queen of Chalices, Seven of Chalices. So it's like at this point, it's like she's trying to use her intuition and they're trying to consider what they're going to do to move forward. Two of Cups. Two of Cups. So okay, now this totally makes sense. Okay, because Two of Cups represents a relationship, soulmates. Now remember I said they're considering their options, trying to use their intuition on how to move forward. Shout out to the person that said Cut a Deal Des may have put them together, because it seems like this was the answer to this question. How do we move forward? How do we possibly allegedly deflect? How do we get people to look right so they don't look left? Here we go. Relationship. Said that's another reason why she hates Millie. Because she has to ask, what? Because she had got asked the same thing a while back. Oh, okay. So, y'all, this feels like allegedly, when this couple popped out, this was when they found out that they were gone. We're just now getting the announcement, but it feels like they found out back then, allegedly. And that's why we've got this push on this couple. So deflection is today's word for today. Yep, deflection, deflecting from strength, the Leo. They knew something big was going to come out in Leo season. It was going to affect the whole company, the family, the whole company. So they were expecting this to come out. So somehow, some way, y'all, they already knew what was coming. So they once, okay, so it's like the oral argument. Once the oral argument got, pushed and they knew it was a thing, it's like the Leo, the whole infrastructure, the company, a decision has to be made. This is falling under the two of oars, which is the two of wands. And here we go, the Queen of Wands, which is the hot girl, because I read her as personality and as the person. The persona, rather, the hot girl is the Queen of Wands. So this is the professional side of her. The Wounded Warrior, the Seven of Coins. So you've invested a lot in her due to this Wounded Warrior story, and you're obsessed with it, even to a toxic degree, because it's like it's going to affect, the infrastructure of the company. I knew it was something. Hold on. Didn't have my fan on. Five of Oars. Oh, the Tower, the fight. Fighting to keep from having a tower come out, and also fighting to keep from having information on a possible fight come out to avoid judgment because somebody feels betrayed. Y'all, we're going to get the tea on this fight. We're going to get the tea on this alleged fight where people just bumped each other and stuff fell off their body and landed in the street, allegedly. Tea on the fight. So, okay. So this is even more interesting because how in the world do they know that the tea on the fight is about to come out? Now I'm intrigued. Because why was this something so strong that it could cause somebody to allegedly leave the country? Temperance. Yeah, they know this is going to give the case some new steam. It's going to bring balance through a new beginning. And they're worried about how this is going to affect the whole company. This man don't care about nobody, allegedly. So you got the Temperance falling under the Emperor, the King of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. He said, I ain't worried about the whole company. I need a new beginning for me. Allegedly. Company? What company? Ooh. Oh my God. When you say you pay real actual money for those nails, I think that's how it works, love. Hey, Yellow Bread, I ain't seen you in here in a minute. Hey, beautiful. Hangman. Yeah, the falling under the Page of Coins. So, y'all, I feel like the energy between them up until this happened was very, very kind of like standoffish. And they put it off on, okay, well, we're trying to open new, infrastructures, new extenders to the company, like, what do you call that? Like subsidiaries. Seven of Swords. Being sneaky, calculated, and manipulating. So somebody was being calculating, talking about they were going overseas for business. And I guess this was, a Dear John type of thing. Like, oh yeah, we going over here for business. By the way, we over here for business, but we staying. So Damn, they moved kind of fast though when they finally were able to move forward. Hey, Fee, baby, how are you? Because they got that money. Like they was on some beat king. Get the bread, the head, and lead. King, Queen of Coins. Here's the gag. When they left with all support. So allegedly, Henny got left with the bag when they left. This was all on her. So now she has to use all of her own assets. So she's out on a limb several ways now. So where's that Popeyes chicken come in? Well, the last time she had a Popeyes franchise that she had invested in, she owned like I want to say 1% of the company, and then it folded. So she has a new one now. So hopefully she got a better, deal with that. So that's what he does though. Said Travis Hunter and Liana had a boy already. Ooh, I thought she was about like 4 months. So to had a boy. Where was that baby? All the way in the back of her back? Like seriously, was she carrying that pregnancy in her purse? She carries small. And here it is. Cardi allegedly says she ain't pregnant, but she was way bigger than her. Hold on. Oh no, not the music. Wow, Travis Hunter and wife Liana Lee welcome baby boy. Neighborhood talk. Wow. Ooh, baby. I feel for Travis Hunter. Lord Jesus. This should be one of the happiest occasions in anybody's relationship, especially a marriage. But he just keep ending up further and further and further down a trick bag. You said no wonder they got married so quick. I said she was married, she was pregnant at the wedding. You could see the little pooch in her stomach. But think about how messed up that is that she was pregnant, got married, and that man went to lean in and kiss her. And she literally, you mean to tell me you can't kiss the father of your child that you just married? That's even more messed up. I'm going to watch the rest of this later. See what I mean about how small she carried? She was small. Okay, bye, y'all. All right. So I guess this got me caught up enough to get to, the next chapter of As the Pebbles Turn. And we can go off into the family vacation energy. Because it keeps coming up. So I want to go off into it while it's fresh. You say you can't comment you were super tiny when you were pregnant. I was only belly. I mean, her snapback is gonna be amazing. Cause I literally thought that she was about 4 or 5 months. I did not know she was that far. I hope the baby is healthy and happy. Despite how crazy this situation about to be. So he looked Now he look like Wanda with Jamie Foxx played her. Y'all, oh, damn. Alrighty. Family vacation, family vacation. What deck am I using? Ciro Marchetti, one of my favorites. Alrighty. So now that they've gone on their family vacation, look at the bottom of the deck, y'all. Welcome to Pebble Nation. We won't be open, but like maybe a few more months, like maybe 16 to 18 months. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see, allegedly. Okay. So looks like they were juggling, trying to figure out how they were going to handle this, because there's a huge problem here with the money. Five of Pentacles. Somebody in a drought, a deficit of some kind, allegedly. Feels very rich poor to me. Yeah, they know that once the truth comes out, there's going to be a lot of gossip, a lot of communication. So if you look at vloggers, there's going to be a lot of people making good money, having a good time off of what's about to come out when the truth comes out. But this is what I don't understand, y'all. Piers Morgan is in the UK. Tory is very well loved in the UK. What an interesting place for them to be when the truth comes out. Yeah. So they decided to take a leap of faith, the fool. So this was as soon as possible. This doesn't feel long and drawn out. This felt like, let's get on the first thing smoking, allegedly. Six of Swords. Leave behind a toxic and chaotic situation and move on as fast as possible. This is the card of the Exodus, escaping, leaving something behind that can bind you, hold you down. Yeah, said it's a countdown at this point. Said I was just thinking about starting a channel just to cover them. Baby, right now is the time. I'm telling you, right now is the time. Because the buildup from now into everything hits the fan, if you're already established, like, go ahead, do it. Start now, because when it comes out, it's not going to just be the truth coming out. It's going to be the fallout after the aftermath. And it's going to keep going and keep going and keep going. So go ahead, make your money. Make you a couple pages if you can. Yeah. This was, once again, in and out. Okay? Because the Knight of Wands doesn't stay anywhere for long. So that goes back to what I said about if they go to the UK, they can bounce around to several different places. They may not be in the UK for long. The UK feels like a launch pad to get anywhere else they need to be, allegedly. Said, I know academics is going to be streaming when the truth comes out. Academics will probably be streaming for 24 hours. Well, we got a hang up here. So we got the King of Wands, the fire sign, okay? And here he is coming out because he's like, okay, we're going to be in and out. We can go ahead and do what we got to do. Hangman. What's the hangman? What was the complication? What has him stuck or what has them stuck? Apparently something's going on with stability. Hangman, something stuck. So, okay, so right now the stability is flighty. They're working on getting offers, trying to get as many business ventures. Y'all, it's like they're throwing everything to the wall to see what sticks when it comes to starting new businesses and getting things into motion. Whatever can make money, let's make it make as much money as possible, as fast as possible. Said he gonna be drinking and crackling for 7 days straight. Not drinking and cackling for 7 days straight. Well, we know he love his Hennessy. Hell, Hennessy should sponsor him. You said I could see him drinking and laugh. It said Aiden Ross announced yesterday that he will be streaming his deposition. Oh, Lord Jesus. Not Aiden and academic streaming a deposition. Ooh. Lord have mercy. Let me get my snacks ready. Said, can the couple sue as easily across the pond as they could in the U.S.? With the lawyers they have, yes. The only thing is they will possibly have to come back, and that definitely will be a hangman. Academic slipped up and revealed that the casino deal isn't going through. Who told y'all that? Didn't I tell y'all once he got that issue with Block and Cash App and they were talking about issues with securities that he wasn't going to get that casino because securities is the one thing that can keep you from getting any type of access to casinos? You can't even work in sanitation, housekeeping in a casino with any type of fraud with money. No wonder they left the country. Ain't no need in being here. But what they messed up on is that the gaming board is the ones that decide when they close out your paperwork, not you. So they could go back and forth with Interpol for a minute to help Interpol with their investigations. And I also told y'all, people didn't pay attention to Dame Dash and what he was saying about how the government wanted to acquire Reasonable Doubts shares. I knew when they asked for the shares and it came with all of the records for finances and business for the company, that they were definitely going to be looking at what could be laundering, allegedly. Last year we talked about what? Shell companies and laundromats. Now this year it's a thing. Said, and the Cash App founder got taken out. I wonder why. Baby, ain't it getting kind of spooky? Ain't it getting kind of spooky? Whole bunch of folks going to sleep allegedly and ain't getting back up. This is a card of being incarcerated. Y'all went overseas thinking that this was laid to rest when it comes to you being incarcerated, but the incarceration card has hit the table. Doesn't look like you're going to be able to evade what's coming for you, allegedly. Ain't that about nothing? You took a skip across the pond and could not outrun Miss Karma. Okay, we gonna get you out of here because you think you funny. But ain't nobody got time for you. Well, So far, there's only one person on the table, Drea. Allegedly, whoever this fire sign person is, okay, whoever this fire sign person is, um, could be going to prison. And it's going to be attached to something with investments and securities. They're going to start there. Right now, it's 50-50. There's some more information that's going to actually put a nail in this coffin, though. It said, has the Sagittarius zodiac sign on the card. And when it happens, it's going to happen very fast, and the world will know about it, because this is the card of communication, gossip. You could say blogs, reporters. There will be a lot of gossip. This will be talked about a lot. Spiritual and physical prison. Yes. I told y'all the devil was sent to come and repo everything before God came and dropped the gavel. The devil don't take a loss. He comes back and gets everything he gives you right before judgment hits. You took a leap of faith on the Queen of Wands, and she brought you what? Judgment. And it's also saying that the Queen of Wands is about to face judgment. Would you say, brother billionaire, time's up? Well, if y'all pay attention to what they just released with Forbes, I found it very interesting, because they said that, you know, he is the richest rapper alive. He's worth $2.5 billion. I said, oops, wait a minute. Weren't you worth $3.5 billion last year? We're about to go into September, and what, 10, 11 months ago, y'all were supposed to be worth 3.5. Now you're worth 2.5 in 1 year's time. I don't know why people didn't catch that in the media. I said, how in the hell is he down $1 billion and nobody noticed? And it's being said by Forbes. But it's the way that they worded it that people didn't pay attention. They said the richest rapper alive at 2.5 billion. And because it gave a plus, people didn't pay attention to the minus. So yeah, they lied and said that Kylie was a billionaire too. That was a damn lie. I do believe that I remember that there were possibly some fraudulent tax returns, allegedly, when it came to Kylie reporting her income to Forbes. Here's that traveling abroad card, y'all. 3 of Wands. Ships coming in. Somebody's very, 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 very anxious, not really sleeping, worried about what's to come. This fire sign, this King of Wands, thought that this was going to bring happier times and stability. But what he doesn't understand is now he's in Piers Morgan's backyard. Total exposure. The sun, what did Tony Busby say? The sun is a natural disinfectant. And ooh wee, The Daily Mail and Pierce Morgan are going to be exposing you left and right while you're in their country, allegedly. They're going to be the Empress. The Empress brings things into fruition, gives birth to things. So they're going to be looking at things that you created, things you were a part of, things that you were mentioned in. And this is going to be an unrequited offer, 6 of Cups. So, I mean, a 4 of Cups, excuse me. 4 of Cups. So, yeah, he's not. And I said, why would you go to the UK when they love Tory over there? And Pierce, y'all, Pierce can't wait for the moment that he can knock the bottom out this story. He will never have to apologize to anybody else again the way he had to apologize to them. And he's going to see to it. Said I had a feeling Pierce Morgan was going to sick his Daily Mail people on them. Oh, they going to tag team him. All Tory, all day. The strength card represents Leo. They're going to have a lot of anxiety, possibly when this information comes out. Tell me more about this jail card, this prison card. Somebody's getting locked up once the truth comes out. Going to bring a lot of humiliation, a lot of regret publicly, the 5 of Cups. Well, shoot, they should have went ahead with Bezos and got on one of them little moon rockets and went wherever the hell he be taking people to. Because going to the UK is not going to help. You need to figure out how they go to Mars and go over there somewhere. Said Pierce about to talk about that Rihanna window situation down. I mean, why not? He even said out of his own mouth that happened when he was talking to somebody else. So he can't deny it now. Say when they made Pierce apologize, I knew it was over for them. Well, it's Pierce is he's gonna when I tell you, he gonna probably, you know, be like this. He gonna be so excited. he gonna be stiff with it. He gonna be so excited. Like, oh, thank you, God, this fell in my lap. Vincent Allen, baby, book a reading with me. Angel Kisses the Oracle at gmail.com. Said, dang, I missed the great majority of Allegedly Wednesdays. Well, Gigi Galore, welcome, welcome, welcome. Lord, expect some expose somewhere, somehow, around somebody paying possible media or paying for certain messages to be, you know, put out somehow, some way. Y'all, they about to dismantle all of this information on them. This feels like they're going to even go off into like all their PR information, like tell how the whole company runs. They are going to get very, very in depth with the way that they expose them. They're waiting for something, though. It's something that has to happen. It's like a shoe has to drop. And I believe Tory is going to be the kickoff for this. Something's going to come back up about a illicit type of home where people do grown-up things in this illicit home. Yeah, I'm trying to be creative because I need YouTube messing with me. Allegedly. Where whatever this is with this home. The Wounded Warrior falls under the Queen of Wands. the world. This story about to come to an end. What's about to come out where you can't tell this story anymore? It's over for you with this story. Y'all, I'm so tired of them telling me over and over again that they left her behind. Can somebody count how many times they keep talking about leaving to avoid a huge secret? Going abroad to avoid a huge secret, allegedly. Yeah, he's about to, oh, wow. Somebody is going to betray him and turn in some information that's going to totally expose him. Ten of Swords, the Sun, the King of Wands. Yeah, he's about to be, I mean, when I say thrown to the wolves with steak sauce on him, because this is that every man for himself. Oh, damn. Ten of Swords is a betrayal you can't come back from. Somebody gonna cut a deal? Is that what this is? And it's a wish fulfillment. Hashtag the Snitch Olympics. Remember I told y'all last year, people going to be snitching this year like never before. People are going to be trying to get to the table so they can get their Scooby snacks, their cigarette, and give their first 48 testimony first so that they can make sure that they don't go for the long haul. I'll take my slap on the wrist. Let me help. Let me tell everything I can tell. I'm going to tell stuff I don't even have to tell because I want to show I'm cooperative. Oh, triple confirmation. Come on now. Watch this. Jail. The truth is coming out. Ace of Swords. Federal prison. Palace of Swords. However you want to. Ooh. Somebody coming out of state. Somebody going to the feds. That's what this looked like to me, allegedly. The person coming out of the state because the truth is coming out. And when that truth come out, somebody going to the feds. And it looks like they wanted to get balanced through a new beginning. Hold on, let me cover up the little tarot titties because y'all know how they get on YouTube. I don't know what make them so sad and sensitive about little tarot titties. But Queen, the what do you call it? The Star, who is the Aquarius, balanced through a new beginning. So show me the balance through a new beginning. Because remember, I'm talking about family vacation. This is their balance through a new beginning from the energy attached to the Aquarius. Baby, I don't know where Spiro is, but I think he might be spiraling. Who? What's that? Was that Angela and Renee, the original sample? Imaginary players. Yeah, they didn't become imaginary and left the country. Ooh, I wonder how many more streams did Angela and Renee get over Cardi. Damn, Cardi, you helped everybody else to sell that song, but your own version. Terrible. So you got people scrambling because there's a lot of people trying to consider what they're going to do in secret. Everybody's trying to figure something out. every every man for themselves. Everybody trying to figure out what they're gonna do. And you're right. Emilio's case has not even started yet. And baby, that's the doozy. Didn't I tell y'all she need to go in her bra and pay that man? Go in your titty and give him that little money. Cause if you let him take you to court, you gonna regret it. I guess they say they ain't going to court. That is for y'all. We gonna sit overseas and drink wine and meditate and pretend like we ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Said Spiro won't let him ruin his career. Said I think, hold on, what'd you say? I think Emilio will be a big one. Oh yes. Oh yes. That Emilio case is a sleeper. They didn't see that coming. Said Rock Nation is crumbling. Said Clay need to run for the hills before he end up like Travis. Honey, you better say that again. Said the balance for Henny is cell block C. Possibly. Because Republican Rep Luna definitely wants to see her face some time for perjury. So I don't know how they going to work that out or what's going to happen with that, but she suggested that, baby. She put that in the air. You said that damn chili spaghetti. Baby, that spaghetti was trifling. Ooh. You could tell he's nice, like he's really sweet because he didn't want to hurt her feelings. He was like, oh yeah, it's the best I ever had. And then he turned and looked at her like, oh, you want me to really eat all of it? Damn. He said, damn, Republican Luna really said that. Yes, she is trying to do whatever she can do to see if she can bring charges against her. Clay's father is black, and I'm pretty sure the black side and the white side of his family did not approve of that spaghetti. I guarantee you. I bet you they didn't. That spaghetti is a gray area. Nobody approved of that spaghetti. Says she make biscuits and gravy. Well, I know I make biscuits and gravy. I don't know about nobody else. Says, so I'm done with the industry, and Tamar done took what's left. With the last she told to sell a record, she lost about 4 teeth and woke up in blood. We're going to get to that next. Because something happened in that situation, but ain't nobody going to tell the truth from what I can see. So as far as the half that escaped of the ownership, it feels like he said he washed his hands. He's done with this situation. He don't want nothing to do with nothing. Now she look like fans in that 70s show. Y'all, between Spock and she looked like Al Pacino from, what the hell is the name of that movie? Scarface. Both of those had me in stitches. So she gave him a cold Hawaiian bread. 2 pieces of cold Hawaiian bread. Like, damn, did the plate go to the oven or the microwave? Did y'all see the water under the noodles? Like, she didn't drain the noodles, y'all. The water, the noodles was soupy. So you got sloppy Joe, juicy ass noodles, and cold rolls that didn't get heated up. If that's what you call domesticated, girl, all right. What did Aretha say? Nice dresses. Mm-mm. He said, how was it dry but soggy at the same time? Baby, how was the fish almost burnt and still half raw? It was so bad it had some kind of talent announced to attached to it. Would you say beautiful gowns? There we go. Beautiful gowns. I said nice dresses. That is the off-brand version. Nice dresses. Beautiful gowns. Oh God. Ooh. So yeah, we go close this out here. Look like they say they done. They don't give a damn. It's a wrap. You know, they out of sight, out of mind. Handle it yourself. Do not call us. We don't live here anymore. It's not our concern. Damn. Don't make me call who? I just want to know who you calling now. That's all I want to know. Because it might be a little bit past calling Jesus on the main line. I don't know if you can call him. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're going to get off into Tamar and Toothgate and find out what happened with her forefront teeth, or what didn't happen with her forefront teeth. Hold on, there we go. Alrighty, Tamar. All right, y'all. I'm going to make this one the last one of the night because I am tired and I got to get some sleep, y'all. You said love don't live here anymore. Not the ad libs too. We would say that Ghostbusters. You gonna make me listen to that song. That you abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. That's the only part that matter of the song. You abandoned me, baby, because they gone. Alrighty. Tamar, what the hell happened with your forefront teeth? Are they in? Are they out? Did Dr. Heavenly make you some brand new ones? Did she save the old ones? Did the old ones even fall out? What happened? We just say the number you have reached is no longer in service. Oh, we just say don't leave you. Baby, I'm tired. I have had a day. I feel like I have worked a 12-hour shift before I even came on here. So this gonna be my last one of the night. But everybody has a membership. I will see y'all tomorrow night at 7. And I will be on Twitch this Friday. Because I missed Twitch last week due to all the family emergency stuff. So I'm back on Twitch Friday for Allegedly Fridays. And membership, y'all know how we do. Yes, and for personal readings, please email me at angelkissestheoracle@gmail.com. 30-minute readings are $44. An hour reading is $88. I also have ancestral readings for $111 and criminal investigation readings for $250. Now, if you want a criminal investigation reading, it is the only reading that I have that is a 3-hour block of time. It may not take 3 hours, but I am giving up 3 hours for that reading to get to the bottom of everything. And I get as very, very in depth and as far in as possible. So I usually don't really schedule on the same days as the criminal investigation readings because I don't know how much energy it's going to take to tap in. Sometimes it's really, really easy. Sometimes I got to fact find and dig. So, Tamar, Tell me about your damn teeth. Juice, I'm trying to concentrate. Why do you say that? Talking about Cardi wore that 1960s NFL helmet. Okay, concentrate. Tamar, where are your teeth? Teeth, feel free to come through and talk and tell me what happened to you. We talk to inanimate objects. You would not be the first. All righty. What happened with the teeth? Is she a snagglepuss or not? Deja Rule. Son of Swords in reverse. Okay, Son of Swords in reverse is that they're going to say there's no footage or no one's seen anything happen. Not up in there looking like a transformer. But I'm getting the same energy I got before. This is a conflict in communication or an argument. Daughter of Wands. Daughter of Wands is someone who can pop off without really looking at the bigger picture, can be a little impetuous. So, y'all, I'm getting that argument energy again that I got the other day. So something happened. Look, the wounded warrior. 9 of Wands. Would you say all of them celebrities are snagglepusses? I know I just want people to stop getting them damn chiclet-sized veneers. Like, what do y'all go and pick when y'all get those Mr. Ed teeth? Like, what number is that? So we all know to get, like, 2 sizes smaller. That's all I want to know. Because your teeth ain't supposed to be that damn big. Wheel of Fortune and the Hermit. Y'all, we ain't going to get the truth about this publicly. Hey, Frank Jones. We're not going to get the truth about this publicly. There's a lot at stake. I don't know if there's a new project, not just her music. I don't know if there's like a new project, a new show or something coming out. There's a lot of money on the line here. Oh, shit. Daniva threatened to sue Tamar. We're going to tap into that before I get out of here. You just say size 15 teeth. Oh, Lord. The Moon and the Supreme with Judgment. Yeah, it's like somebody's trying to keep this whole situation a secret now, because it's like this feels like trying to keep law enforcement out of something because there is something else on the back end that does not need to be exposed, because it can cause judgment or actually cause someone to face judgment or cause somebody to go to court and have a judgment. Hey, Kimmy Lee. So this story is going to change a few times. The Fool. Oh, now, come on now. The Fool and the Lovers. So how did you take a leap of faith into a lover situation? Look at that. There's a woman in the background. The Lovers. Who is this woman? Now, what they say, she was out with Mendices and they was possibly doing something that they ain't got no business doing because he's married. That's the rumor. Okay, that's a lot. Can we narrow this down? Because that's like 7 cards. That's the whole Encyclopedia Britannica. New generation, that's what we had before there was internet. We actually had to turn pages and read. Yeah, looks like somebody can go to jail over a situation with some lovers where a woman popped up allegedly and ended a cycle. Death card permanently ended a cycle. Okay, so hope, the star, hope, hoping for what? Y'all, listen, it's a scandal behind this, okay? It's a scandal behind this because we got the Three of Swords, then the Devil, heartbreak over a toxic situation, God of Pentacles. God of Pentacles can be a married man. The Tower, a tower that could have happened with a married man. So I'm going to stick with what I said. They're not going to tell the truth about what happened because somebody can go to jail and there's a scandal here. Said, nah, it wasn't Vince. He would have had to aid her. Oh, terrible. Terrible, terrible. Horrible. Say Funky got Tamar drunk, left her door. You locked it and let... Oh. So you're alleging that he left it unlocked for such said woman to come in. That's messy. That's super messy. Ashanti's TV, that feels like it could be something that may have happened. Because I did see the last time I tapped into it, 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords, Wounded Warrior. That's an argument, a physical altercation, and somebody laid out. And then there was only one left standing. But that's all alleged. We don't know. Yeah, Ace of Wands. Something that something that happened abruptly. Y'all see that's a woman's hand, right? In the words of Jade and Alexis, that's my. Look at that, the bottom of the deck. The lovers, this woman back here, and somebody territorial over their man meat. Not Mr. Hanky. Wait a minute. This don't look like Mr. Hanky Christmas pool. That's actually funny. Because either way, it was fighting over some silly shit, so I guess it's appropriate. Oh, so never trust somebody named Funky and okay with it. Oh, Lord. Oh, man, I promise coming on here with y'all sometimes really just lifts my spirits. So the teeth is giving, turn your castle to waffles. You said, did Yandy pay someone to put hands on her like a random hit? Now, that's an interesting question. Was someone sent, allegedly, was someone sent? The Hermit and the God of Pentacles. Somebody got caught alone with someone's husband, allegedly, and this wasn't nothing that was seen on camera. This wasn't witnessed by outside people. So that means somebody had to have the inside track on the information. Possibly sent somebody a text or call somebody like, bitch, you ain't gonna believe this. You need to get on down here to such and such. They still here. You can come see it for yourself. Allegedly. I guess she got there, whoever it was, and I am telling you, I ain't going nowhere. You the best man I ever known. And this man got several. And this person is obsessive. The devil. Oh, Lord. 7 of Pentacles. They obsessed because of everything that they have invested in this situation. You said the card got a sympathy wig on. Oh my God. Not the sympathy wig. God of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. Is somebody a sugar baby? What? Can you be over 45 and be a sugar baby? I guess you can. But it looks like somebody having an issue with the universe because, you know, the King of Wands is not a faithful husband, okay? He like, look, now I got a lot of love to give, but in short spurts to several different people, and then I'm gone. But what this look like with the King of Wands here, in this deck is the God of Wands under the Wheel of Fortune. What that tell me is this was supposed to possibly be a situation where people was having fun allegedly, and they get that bread, that head, and leave. But it was supposed to stay a secret. The Moon, it was supposed to stay a secret. And see, somebody was quiet about this for a very long time, the King of Cups. They wasn't saying anything, but they was deep in their feelings about this. So they wasn't going to say nothing until somebody sprinkled a couple of coins here and there. So somebody, you know, may have sweetened the pot, was like, you know, look, what's your price? I got you. Like, girl, I ain't going to just spill no tea. Like, let me throw you a little something. Let me, you know, give you an incentive. Let me, you know, offer you some type of opportunity. So somebody allegedly snitched for an opportunity or some pay. And baby, the Fool with the 10 of Cups, this popped off real fast because somebody said I act a fool over what I believe is my family. Daughter of Swords. So somebody did see them allegedly and felt like there was something inappropriate. Goddess of Swords. Goddess of Swords is definitely somebody who will cuss you clean out. Air sign, if you know, if we're talking about air sign, but this gives me more of somebody that will come and argue, and they're intelligent, so you can't play with them. And this happened very swiftly. And this also falls under the 8 of Swords, which is that jail card. Nine of Pentacles, the Star, the independent woman. The Tower. Ooh. Show me what brought the Tower to the independent woman. the truth came out about what was going on with this situation with this woman's piece of meat. She said, I don't give a damn what's going on. That D belonged to me. They found out the truth about what was happening with this D, allegedly. So I don't think the truth is gonna come out in this situation because it's embarrassing. Okay. At what age do people stop ratcheting? That's what I would like to know. Can y'all let me know at what age can people stop ratcheting? He said Her Majestic is not to be played with. Apparently, he got a couple allegedly. So, I mean, unless you're gonna go around town doing that to everybody, I don't get it, baby. Just give them back to the street. It's somebody else out there. Wait a minute, y'all. They just blazed me. Said forehead bigger than our server's bandwidth. That was actually a good one. That was funny. Oh, that was actually funny. Said should be before they lose their hairline. Oh, man. Yeah, the Empress and the Seven of Wands. Honey, this brought into fruition a situation where someone had to defend themselves or ended up in a situation where they needed self-defense. So I'm going to leave it there, y'all. I'm going to go ahead on and wrap it up for the evening so I can get me some rest. I got to go ahead and knock out these emails. And I will see y'all soon. But Lord, I mean, seriously? Ain't nobody gonna tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth about this situation. But I do get where Funky is coming from, because it's like, look, tell the whole story, tell everything that happened, and clear my name. Because this is affecting my brand. So, Lord. Whew. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and wind down. I thank every last one of you for your viewership and support. I thank you for all your prayers. Membership, I'll see y'all tomorrow night. And for everybody that follows me on Twitch, it's under the same name, Angel Kisses the Oracle. And we're doing Allegedly Fridays at 7 p.m. on Twitch. Talk to y'all soon. Wait a minute, y'all, before I get out of here. It was no glitches in my transmission tonight. Nothing happened to the video or the audio. Yay. All right. Good night.